Well, a huge heartbreak for basketball and sports fans across the world. Kobe Bryant is no more. Shocking, disturbing news coming in that he died in a helicopter crash. Let me recall some of my favorite moments being a huge Kobe Bryant fan all my life. Firstly, he made his debut in 1996. A lot of people don't know that Kobe actually grew up in Europe, and then he pursued his career in the NBA during the 90s. In 1996, when he got drafted, first year, he didn't make it to the team. Actually, he was mostly on the bench, and Kobe spoke at length about how frustrated he was, but he learned from that. Finally, when he started playing, you remember Shaquille O'Neal was the most dominant NBA player ever, and that was that 1-2 punch, the best 1-2 punch ever that the Lakers had, and that's why they won those 3 championship rings when LA Lakers did the three-peat in 2000, 2001, 2002. But a young Kobe, imagine, looked at Shaq in the bus and told him, listen, I'm going to be the greatest Laker of all time. I'm going to be the biggest scorer that the Lakers have ever seen, and I'm going to win 5 or 6 championship rings, and actually ended up winning 5 championship rings, which is almost unbelievable given Kobe Bryant, where he came from and what he did. Well, that Mamba mentality. What was Mamba mentality? Kobe always said, and you can hear a lot of interviews with the players, that once Kobe Bryant was in the gym, even though he was the best player in the world for the duration of his career, he was the first guy in the gym and the last guy to leave the gym. He always used to work on his game every day, non-stop. And he told Shaquille O'Neal, I'm going to be the Will Smith of basketball. And he did that. Now, the fallout between Shaq and Kobe, they almost got into a fist fight. Imagine, Kobe Bryant was nowhere close. Shaquille O'Neal was a giant. You know, he was about 7'1", 7'2", and he almost got into a fist fight. That was the intensity of Kobe Bryant. Also, Kobe modeled his game on Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, as we know, the greatest basketball player of all time. But I remember Phil Jackson's interview, you must check it out, that Phil Jackson talking about how he coached Michael Jordan during the Chicago Bulls. Michael Jordan, remember, won 6 championship rings. Kobe Bryant ended up winning 5 rings. But Phil Jackson was also the coach of the Chicago Bulls. He was also the coach of the Lakers. So one day he brings in Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is there visiting the Lakers facility. And Kobe Bryant, well, he was going through a rough patch. So Phil thought it would be a good idea to have Michael Jordan counsel Kobe on his game. So he calls in Kobe. He says, well, Michael wants to talk to you. The moment that Kobe sat down, he looks at Michael Jordan and says, and this is a young Kobe Bryant, and says, well, I'm going to kick your butt in 1-to-1 right now. You know what Michael Jordan said? Well, you just might beat me because I haven't been playing the game. That was Kobe Bryant. One of the greatest stories of all time is also how he went out his last game in 2016, talking to Shaquille O'Neal again. So Shaq was there in appearance, and they had this big fallout. You know, the Lakers continued with Kobe. Shaq moved on, went to the Miami Heat, won another ring. So he got 4 championship rings. But Kobe eventually won 1 more than Shaq. So he always, when he won his 5th ring, he said, well, I got 1 more than Shaq. Because the idea was that Kobe Bryant won 3 rings, 3 championship trophies because of Shaquille O'Neal. And he said, no, that's not happening. I'm going to win on my own. And he won 2 more than Shaq. So Shaquille O'Neal coming in for this farewell game for Kobe Bryant. And he says, well, Kobe, I want you to give me 50 points tonight. Kobe Bryant, as we know, his career faded because he had that Achilles injury. In sport, you cannot come back. You know, you're not the same player once you come back from Achilles injury. So Kobe looks at Shaq and says, well, no way. And he goes, what does he do? He gets 60 points on the night. You must check out those highlights. It is unbelievable. The Lakers should not have won that game, but it was Kobe Bryant and his tenacity. Well, love Kobe also, after he left basketball, after he retired, went on to win an Oscar, a letter that he wrote, and then animated short, Dear Basketball. Kobe Bryant also an Oscar winner. As I said, once in a lifetime player, once in a lifetime personality. Heartbreak for all of us, but Kobe Bryant, rest in peace.